Hi guys, it's Tara. Welcome back to my channel. So today I thought we would play with, I haven't done one in forever and a day, and I'd like to have something that's handy to pull from and kind of just tear off a snippet roll. So I thought I'd of course bring my friends along and do this with you. What I use as a base, I went to Walmart and I bought a register roll. You know, they come in like packs of 2, and makes it super simple. You've got your base. You know, you can also use book page, which is super good too. I use those as well, but this time I thought I'd do this this roll because it would make it a little bit easier for me, and I just tape it back up and set it aside. And this one's gonna, I may bring in some cloth and paper, I'm thinking, and then afterwards I'm gonna sew it. So I may not get to the sewing part today on camera. I don't know, you will see. But I haven't done one in so long, and I thought, gosh, you know, I need to do one. I haven't had fun with that in a major time. Now I may be turning away once in a while because, as you guys know, I've got these cases full of stuff, and they're under my desk normally. Well, I pulled some of them out so that I could have some things to play with and pull from. And I thought that, you know, a few of these things would look kind of cute, so I'm gonna put a few things up here on my desk. I don't know what will get used and what won't. I am just trying to bring in some things that are easy access. You know what I mean? Know what I mean, Jelly Bean? This one's got weird stuff on it. Let's see. Oh my goodness, I've got so many stamps. Gee whiz. I gotta show you guys, it's kind of funny. I went on like a stamp collection binge last year. Look at this. Okay, this part here is about probably 4 or 5 inches wide by 4 or 5. And it is literally full of stamps. Okay, that's a lot for me. I know some of you are probably like, that's not a lot of stamps. I've got way more than that. But for this girl, that's a lot of stamps. So yeah. I even ordered on, eBay. I went on to the old eBay site. I haven't been on in years. I even ordered from there. I also ordered some from Etsy. And then got some from Wish. Oh, the ones I have from Wish are really pretty, and I'm not even sure where I put those. They are so pretty. I think they're in here, actually. Let me check. Just really super quick. Because they would look kind of cool. They're in one of these, I'm pretty sure, because, yeah, here they are. I got these. They're larger, and they're sticker stamps, and I want to get some more because I've kind of used up most of my favorites. But, check these out. They're super pretty. Now, this is a little more modern, that's why I haven't used it, but yeah. I think gorgeous. Look at those girls. They look so nice. They're on a vellum. And yeah, we might use 1 or 2 of those on here. We'll see. And then I've brought along some words. I've brought along some scriptures. I've brought along some little signs and stuff that we can tear down. I was just thinking to have some fun, so hopefully I'll remember how to do this and not make it look really, really icky. I don't know. I'm hoping. So I'm just gonna jump right in, and I am gonna do some distressing as I go because, you know, that's me. Y'all know. You know by now, right? So I will probably do some tearing on some things, not on everything. And I think we should just go for it. So what you're going to need is some either a strip like this of paper, and it's super easy to make. All you got to do is take your book pages, cut them, glue them together into the strip, length the strip that you want. And then you need some scissors probably, and some glue, and whatever you want to use to decorate, and just go to town, okay? Because it'll be cool. It'll be fun. I promise. It's painless. It's painless. I'm going to put this guy on sideways just because I can. Just because I can. And I'm just going to start putting things down. I really was thinking that it would be fun to do a base and then maybe, like I said, do some ribbon, or some of my crinkle cut seam binding I love so much. And then this is actually cool. Check this out. This is from 1990. I just kept it because a bunch of these are from letters and cards from my sister, my grandma, my aunt, my uncle, my mother, to them back and forth and stuff. And I just kept the stamps and cut them out, and the little. So this one's from Lakeland, Florida, which is from my sister to my mother in 1990, March 7th. Yeah, so I thought that was fun. But yeah, I've got tons of real stamps, fake stamps, So we're gonna do. I'm being honest, I'm not even paying attention. I'm just gonna do this. I'm not gonna overthink this. I always overthink things like this. I just don't want to do that this time. I want to come in and have some fun. And like I said, I really kind of wanted to use these as like a, what do you call it? Like to tear down strips and use it on, I don't know, cards, journal cards and stuff like that, to use it as tabs, to use it for my tags, whatever the case may be, and just to have something that I could just tear off that section and it would look kind of cool, and I wasn't gonna have to worry about it. And like I said, we're gonna collage on this paper, and then we're gonna do some fun like cloth or ribbon, and just, what is that? It's so light you can't even see it. I'm gonna tear this one. This one's Oliver of Quiver of Love. I got these from Tailor Made Journals, and they're little mini book cover pages. And then this week I actually purchased the full size ones, and they're so cool. I can't wait to print them out and use them. They're like, each one's on one side of the page, so like you fold it, it would be a signature page for your journal, but it's the whole cover of a book, of the old covers from these books, and it just looks really awesome. I loved it. That would be a really fun idea for me to use. Let's see if I can get my glue going. I'm probably going to stop using my glue stick. I am overusing my glue stick. I'm going to be out of it pretty soon if I'm not careful. As you can see, I'm not worrying about whether I'm covering things. I am collaging on top of each other. I just wanted the butterflies to kind of hint underneath. And see, I'm better when I just have piles of stuff around me and I have to keep going into these little envelopes of mine, which I love them for storage, but when it comes to crafting, I kind of have a hard time finding stuff if I'm having to dig for it too much. I'm going to cut this down and do half and half. So this says, when I am afraid, I put my trust in you. Hallelujah. Yes, I do. I'm going to get me a drink of water real quick. I am so dry lately. Ugh. Our monsoon has, we've been having some really nice rain. I mean, praise God, we need it so much here in Arizona. And I mean, we all, in the West, we all need it. It's just super important. And yeah, I'm real excited that it's been raining. My husband, though, all weekend long, he'll be like, don't rain during the week, don't rain during the week. And then when the weekend comes, if it rains, he's all, yes, yes, it's raining in the weekend, because he loves it to rain when he's home. I'm not going to put that there. It'll look silly. I'm going to put it over here. Put something else there. Yeah, he's all, don't rain, don't rain, don't rain. And then on the weekend, he's, it's going to rain, babe. Well, I've told you before, he's a landscaper. And when it rains, he can't work. I mean, if it really rains, which, I mean, if you guys have ever been to Arizona, or or if you live here, but those of you who don't, the valley, I mean, when it rains in what we call the valley, which is the Phoenix metropolitan area, okay, we're Phoenix, there's tons of cities here, but we call that the Phoenix metropolitan area. Okay, when it rains down here in the valley, we might be raining across the street and nothing on our side of the street. It's literally, and it can be a hit and miss. Like, it can rain all day long somewhere in the valley. The valley is huge, and you know, you may never see the rain, but you know, your family across town may see tons of rain, you know. And so with him in his job, what he finds most of the time is that if it's raining, they just kind of work until they find out for sure it's really going to keep raining, because it usually will stop because it moves. It isn't like, you know, when I was a kid and lived in Kokomo in Indiana, if it was raining, it pretty much rained everywhere. And, you know, you were raining that day. Here it's like, oh no, well, we never saw any of the rain. That's what people will say to each other. We never even saw any on our side of town, you know, because our side of town, the valley's like over 100 miles by over 100 miles, like north, south, east, west. It's over 100 miles on each side. So it's a very vast piece of land. We're kind of like our own little state in the valley. Arizona's a pretty big state, actually. A lot of people don't realize just how large it is here, but it is a very large state. So yeah, we got a lot of ground to cover. Our rain does. I am kind of liking this little mishmash of stuff already. There's a nice little stamp. I don't know where it's from, but I'm liking it. Now this is a stamp. I like this little guy. These are out of one of the paper pads I got. Do you know that one I told you guys about the other day that had the postcards? Okay, it also had really cool pages of stamps, and I cut down a ton of them, and they had that UV shiny stuff on top. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. So yeah, it's looking kind of neat already, and then I'm gonna do like some splashes of fabric here and there and make this my little tear down strip that I can use for whatever. Okay, I've got to pull from other sources here. I've got tons of sources to pull from. And I'm also not angling for it to be any particular color scheme. I really kind of want it to be eclectic and all over the place. Now, I don't know how I managed to get like the same type of a tear down print. It's from the same kit, but I did. Not real sure. That's funny. I don't want it to go the same direction right there, so I put it sideways. Let's see. Like this. We can build on this. I'm going to tear it down though. Oh, still silly little gnats too. I told you guys about them. Ugh, they're driving me crazy. They're so annoying and invasive. I laid out a trap the other day. I went online and looked up how to trap them, you know, and because you can't. I mean, I've got the animals. I'm not really going to spray. I have this spray that's safe for animals and all that, but it even says on there, don't spray it in the air. You need to spray it directly on the gnat. Okay, when are you going to have the spray in your hand when a gnat just happens by? I mean, seriously. We spent money on something that my husband's like, I can't believe I spent $7 on this. And then it says it takes up to 48 hours to kill him. I'm like, what? Do you guys find that comical? I find that comical. I am not even in camera. Look at me. This is what I'm talking about. I am, ugh, that's annoying. Now I'm going to have to sort all these out later because I'm pushing everything over. That's how much I love you guys. I just want you to see what I'm doing. I'm kidding. No, but seriously, when are you going to have the can of spray ready for the gnat when the gnat flies by? I mean, it just doesn't even make sense to me. So anyway, because they're all over the place. They're not just in one place, and they're all up in your face, and they try to get on your food and in your coffee and in your tea, and you know. So anyway, I lay out a trap. Okay, these little suckers were all over. I made these really good blueberry banana walnut muffins. I mentioned them in a video the other day. Okay, so I also make this homemade ice cream out of bananas. Some of you may have already been doing this forever. I have not, and we love this. And I mix different fruits in and change the flavor and whatever. So we take the muffin, and we take a scoop of that ice cream, and then we take almond butter or cashew butter, and we put a dollop of that on top of the muffin. Oh my goodness, it's so delicious. Anyway, so okay, it's really super delicious if you have not had a sugar forever like me. So yeah, so we are eating that, and this stupid gnat kept flying, trying to get on our peanut butter or on our nut butter. So I'm thinking, you know, I'll try that. So I lay out a trap with some nut butter, and then I put some apple cider vinegar, just like it said, and sugar and all that on online. It said to use, and that they would be drawn to that. Well, guess what? No, they aren't. They're drawn to us. I think they just want little demonic things. I think they just want to bug us. My mom said my grandpa used to say that flies were little demons that would fly in your face and like attack you, you know. And that's how I felt the other day. I'm like, they're not interested in what we have. They're just interested in driving us crazy. They don't care. Because I laid out the same thing, you know, for them, and they didn't want it. They didn't want it. They didn't touch it all night long. Not in one. I got up in the morning, and Cordy said, "Did you get any in the trap?" And I go, "No," because I knew they wouldn't touch it. I said, "I know." They just wanted to eat they just wanted to be there when we were eating it. Yeah, so I know I keep going on about the gnats. I apologize. I just can't help it. They're bugging me so much. So let's see. We need something for this little spot right here. Okay. I think the fun thing with this type of project is that you can do whatever you want, and even if it doesn't look like much at the beginning, after you get done layering and having fun, and then you do the sewing and maybe add the cloth or whatever, you know, it just takes on this awesome life of its own. You know what I'm saying? I love that. I just do. I love that so much. So even though this is just a pitch-potch, you know, a bunch of different stuff right now, it'll come together. I'm not even worried that I'm not paying much attention to how I'm decorating it, because that's from my little, aren't those cute little film strips? They have the little cottages. It's from the Myrtle Cottage thing from Tina. So adorable. So adorable. And not to get into the conversation, but I do want to say to those of you ladies, and if there's any gentlemen out there who are prayers, you know, prayer warriors, pray for Tina, because she's going through some stuff. And anyone who watches her channel knows, so I don't have to say anything. You know, just be keeping her in your prayers, little sweetheart. She's had quite a time this last couple of years, and yeah, it is not over. So that's all I want to say. I love that girl. She's one of the reasons I'm even here. You know, honestly, I watched her and her wonderful way of being imperfect and still making something beautiful. And I was sitting there doing it alongside her, going, oh my goodness, my stuff is coming out pretty too. And then seeing her just put herself out there, even though I knew she wasn't comfortable. You can tell. I mean, she said it straight out. She was never super comfortable with it. Even when she doesn't record for a minute, she gets nervous coming back, even though she, you know, has been doing it for years. And the way she is about that, it just, I know that a lot of you feel that way about her. I do, because I can't help but just respect how she is with us, you know. She's so open and honest and herself, you know. And she's got her little one there with her and her boys, and you know what I'm saying. And yet she's still in there inspiring us to create and to try new things, even when we don't really know what we're doing. And she does it before us and shows us that yes, it's possible, you know, to just have fun and create, and you don't have to worry. It'll come out looking like something. It'll, you know, you'll have something beautiful when it's all said and done. And so yeah, I just really, really love Tina. And plus some of the goofy stuff she does, oh my goodness, she reminds me so much of myself. I can't even see straight at times. I'm like, oh my gosh, I did that very thing just the other day. It makes me feel better to know that I'm not alone, that I'm not the only one who, you know, uses too much glue and who loses things and who isn't that great at organizing and who's not. I mean, all those things she tells us about. Oh yeah. It's good to have those people out there who are just doing it and having fun. Pam's another one. Oh my God. And Gail, you know, they're not prepared all the time. They're not perfect all the time. And yeah, makes the rest of us imperfect people feel good, you know? I am going to put some book page. I've never used book page on my snippet, but I'm going to. I don't know. I kind of wanted to use her, and I thought it'd be nice to have her resting on top of some book page. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to give this a try. I hope when this is all said and done, it's pretty. I'm trying to go fast, you know, because I want to be able to, this might be a two-parter where I sew it afterwards, or maybe I'll just bring it back on and show it to you after I sew it. What I'm probably going to do is, just in case I don't sew it in front of y'all, what I'm going to do, I think, yeah, I'm sure, I'm going to do a zigzag stitch, and I'll probably do like a zigzag, a straight stitch and a zigzag or something to that effect, to just kind of go all the way down through it. So yeah, in case you're wondering how I would sew this. I do love, also, I mean, if it might hold because it's a little thicker. There we go. I wanted her. There we go. She's pretty. Now, of course, that's sticky on this because it's a sticker and it's hanging over. So I'm probably gonna have to, I don't know, put something on it to make it not stick. There, threw some ink on there. Yeah, that's how I get brown fingers. I know. I'm liking this. I don't know if you guys do, but I think it's looking pretty good for a little quickie, and it is a little quickie. But yeah, I think that sewing these look really cool. And what I was going to say is I love that stitch I have on my machine that does, I can't find, oh, here we go. There, oh, here, I wanted a smaller one. It does roses, like it's like a vine stitch almost. And I can't ever get it to work on paper because the stitching is too close and it tears the paper. But I was thinking if I could get that to work because of the glue and stuff. I mean, it's thicker, so it might. We'll see. It'll probably be zigzags, but what I was telling you earlier, I want to use this to be able to just tear a portion off and use it as like a tab on top of my tag or my journal, just for fun, you know. I'm gonna do, I like that book page thing. I probably should have just made my base from book page, which is what I usually do, but, well, at least that's what I started out doing before when I first started journaling, junk journaling. I always used book page when I made a snippet roll. I actually, and I sold it in my shop, it was pretty cute. I made a snippet roll out of paper, and then I covered it with, this is such a flimsy paper, I can't even look at that, it's cracking. I covered it with like, here, I have them right here. I did these, the little snippet with buttons and cloth, and it was really cute. And so it had paper collage, then it had material and stuff running throughout, and then it had these, you know, sectioned off and sewn down the middle, and it was really, really cute. I liked it a lot, and so I put it in my shop, and someone else liked it too because she bought it. I am still going to try to use this even though it cracked all over the place. This paper is super fragile. Very old. It's one of those books I got from one of that, well, it's that book. I better put it on the page because it's not going to It came from that shop that I was telling you about. Let's see. The bookshop. I think I was mentioning it last time on the last video I did. And okay. Oh, I forgot. I dropped one. That's what happens when I hurry. I'm actually crafting standing up. I don't usually do this too often, but I feel like it's helping me to keep myself in the camera view, which you guys need me to do. Otherwise, what's the point? Right? And I hope I've got the camera set close enough for everybody and far enough for everybody. I am trying to get that setting correct. I'll hold it up a little bit so you can see what's going on, just in case I'm not close enough. Okay. So I've still got quite a bit to go. I might make these short. Yeah, I think I will. I think I'm going to go ahead and trim off some of that. And that way it's short enough and I'm not taking up everybody's time. Okay? Because I can do more than one, right? And then we're going to put probably some little butterflies on top. Let's do another stamp. We haven't done a stamp in a minute. Okay. Well, we did that one, but that doesn't count. It's a faux stamp. It's out of one of Tina's kits. It's technically not real. I'm just putting a little brown on there. Shucks. Ooh, that looks good. Journey of a lifetime. Are you on the journey of a lifetime? I know sometimes it doesn't feel like it, but if you think back over the years of your life and where you are now, how do you feel about life? I look back over my life and I see where I used to be and how I thought and felt. And now, in this part of my life, I'm so grateful to be alive. That's how I am now. I'm so grateful for my husband, my home. I'm still praying and believing the Lord for restoration in many aspects of my life. But I thank God now that I'm still here to enjoy, this life. There were times where I felt like, I just don't know if I can go on, or, there were other times in my life where it was, my life is so boring, or I wish I could be doing this or that. I don't feel that way anymore. I don't know if it came with age or what, but I don't sit around thinking about what I can and can't get done now as much as I used to. I'm trying to really focus on the fact that I'm here and that this is temporary, and the most important things in life are my family, my health, my faith. What I do with you guys is awesome, but if it quit today and I didn't have it tomorrow, it's not my focus. It's really not. And, not putting down what we do, of course, but this is not my total all in all, end all be all. And at one time in my life, whatever I was working on at that time I would be very focused on my job or my career or, even ministry. There was a time in my life when ministry took precedence over a lot of things that it shouldn't have taken precedence over, because, that's not what we're called to do in ministry. We're not called to put the ministry above, our family or even our relationship with the Lord. Sometimes your ministry can end up, and anybody out there who works in ministry, you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes ministry can become a crutch and you kind of run to it and run away from a lot of other things, helping others. It does happen. And So yeah, I'm just curious. What's your focus now? How do you feel about life now compared to how you felt about it before? How do you feel about your journey? That was why I asked that question. It's the journey of a lifetime. So I wonder if oops, I just dropped a couple of things. I wonder if anybody will answer that question. I know I ask a lot of questions. I don't get a lot of answers. So, and I understand that. We're all still getting to know each other, you know. But like I told you guys before, I am here to get to know you. I'm not just here to teach you how to craft, because you already know how to craft. Hello. Most of you probably craft better than I do. I just started this channel. Rooted in Christ. I like that one. We're taking that one. That's a tree of life. Woohoo! I just like this one a lot. Make sure I don't tear it. You know how I am. Got to tear it, but then I got to be careful because I get around these corners. This is super tight, super tight. Will she do it? Yes, she did. All right. I like that a lot. Just dusting it a little with the vintage photo, making sure it looks a little worn and torn. And I'm gonna wait, and I'm gonna put something on top because I don't want to cover. I don't want to cover it up. I want to use it to cover something else. You know what I mean? The other day I was humming oh, now I can't think of it. The song. Oh gosh. Well, I lost it. Can't think of it. If I think of it, I'll tell you guys. It was really a cool story. Shoot. I wish I could remember. I'm going to put this on the other end. Yep, now I've got every other song in my head but the one I want. Do you ever do that? I am putting this down to kind of give this a base. I will probably end up going back to using book pages, to be honest, for my I are using them more for stuff when I want to do it like this, simply because I don't want to have to cover every single piece of the page, and I do with this white. I'm feeling like I have to cover all of it. You know what I mean? Let me see here. I'm looking in my little box real quick. Let's see. Oh, little tickets. That's another thing I have a lot of is tickets. Use this. I love these. These are so cute. You know that's driving me nuts about that song. I can't think of it. It's an old hymn. We all probably know it. All right. Here we go. Now I'm going to do it sideways. It is well with my soul. It is well. No, I was thinking about the testimony of the man who wrote it. Have any of you ever heard that? He was a businessman, I believe. Well, I heard the story just the other day. I don't remember all the fine points and details, but the thing that stuck out to me was he sent his wife and his daughters ahead. He had 3 or 4 daughters, and he sent them ahead from America to England. I don't know if they were, I don't know if they were going back home or if they were coming, or if they were going there for the first time. I think they were going back home to England. Anyway, or to settle there or something. And he sent them ahead of him because he either needed to do business or something, or yeah, I think it was he needed to finish up some business here in America. And so he sent them ahead of him. And there was a telegram came, and his wife telegrammed him and said, ship went down, all the girls are gone, I'm alone, what do I do? He immediately jumped on a ship to come, to England to be with his wife. And on the way, the captain came out and told him that they were over an area of the ocean right where the ship had gone down. And he wrote that song at that point. And the sermon that the gentleman was teaching and telling that testimony was about our worship in the hard times in life, and how, what do we do? How do we respond to those difficult times? And this is how that gentleman responded, and he wrote it as well. And if any of you know the words to that song, it just really, really touched my heart to know that someone at that point of all points in his life, it's an amazing gift to giving God that song from his heart, because at that time, that was like the worst moment that he had ever experienced, and probably ever would experience, was losing his babies. And yeah, it just blessed me so much to hear that testimony. I don't know, I was just thinking about that song was going through my head, or that testimony, I was thinking about it. Let's see. I do not want to cover that up. I want something under it first. So I'm going to put down another little memories card here. I like these. These are cute. These come from Tina's shop. She has them in brighter colors and in the neutral. Yeah, I think this one's going to be really fun to use. I like this. I forgot how much I love doing these, actually. I haven't done one in a long time. Yeah, it's been quite a while since I've done one. When I first started junk journaling, I jumped on the, snippets and the snippet rolls and collages and all that, and just fell in love, And then I got so involved. You know what really happened to me? I got so involved in making the journals and selling them that I kind of, to be honest, I hate to say it this way, but it's true. I kind of got away from the fun of what I was doing and was so involved in, creating what I was going to sell that, I don't know, I kind of lost some of my passion for some of these little things that we do, like this. And I feel like with the channel and hanging out with you guys, I'm getting my art groove back. Like I'm having more fun. I'm trying more things because I want to do, I want to bring different things to you guys and be like, let's try this, let's try that, let's try that. And I'm starting to kind of explore again more than I was. So it's pretty cool. I enjoy that. So thanks for putting that back into my life, guys. That's awesome. There we go. Now I have a spot where I can put this down and not totally cover it up. And I think I'm going to do this one sideways. Okay, and I've got some neutral, because I really don't think it matters. I've got blue here, purple, pinks, neutral, reds. I've got all colors here if you look at the whole thing, all the way down the line. So I don't think I'm going to be too bound up with, having to matchy match, which is good. I did not want to matchy match this. I kind of wanted to just have fun with it. So Let's see what's in here. Are these are those book covers again. I'll grab one of these. I'm going to put one of these down. Oh, that's pretty. Let's see. Hamlet. Are there any Shakespeare lovers out there? Chinese Empire. There's Kim. Oh, this is cute. I was never a big Shakespeare person. I do though. I'm kind of one of those that admires and respects, but doesn't really understand everything. So yeah. I understand it more now that I'm older. I actually sat and kind of read through some of the plays on in that book a little bit here and there. And I'll be honest, I understand it now as an adult a lot more than I did when I was younger. So that's a good thing, right? I'm not a complete Shakespeare idiot, I guess. I did have some comprehension. I just had to grow up a little to kind of get it. And I guess reading enough of the King James Bible has taught me too. That probably helped somewhere along the way. My favorite version, though, of course, for me, is I love the New King James, but I always keep my King James. And when I study, I usually study from, a few different ones. And of course, I have my concordance out, my Strongs, and I use that a lot. If you guys study, you know what I mean. I keep using these stamps. I like stamps. I do. That's why I ended up collecting so many of them. I'm looking here real quick behind me. I think I'll do a little ticket. I've got tons of tickets too. Tickets were another one I did a lot of collecting on, and then not a lot of using. I don't really know why. I just didn't end up using them. It's kind of weird. But I sure got a lot of them. Because I think they're adorable. That's what I was talking about on the last video. That there are a bunch of things that I kind of let go to the wayside. Like the reason I did the book page video was, and the vellum and everything, is because I loved working with book page and vellum. And then I just kind of let it, go. And I didn't continue to, I don't know, as I would forget. And I have all this stuff I've collected, my goodness. And, so yeah, it's it's pointless to just have all this stuff for the sake of having it, if you're not going to use it. I should just give it in Happy Mail to somebody if I'm not going to use it, right? You need to utilize these things. Okay, so we covered this. Oh, I've got one little spot right here that's white. That's what I'm talking about. If I had used book page, I would not have to worry about covering that little spot because it would look blended in. But that's okay. You live, you learn. Okay, I'm gonna, all right. My hands are sticky, and my desk is a mess. So there's that, and then let's see, what time are we at, kids? Gotta check that clock. Okay, we're at 44 minutes. So I guess I can try to do a couple of little, I was thinking, I'm gonna try something here real quick. I have this trim that I just love, and I was thinking that if I took a few bits and pieces of that, not a lot because it's kind of expensive. I get it at if anybody's interested, I get it at Joann's. But this stuff costs like $16.99 or something like that. Yeah. I get it on sale if I can. But it costs like $16.99 a yard. To me, that's expensive. But I was thinking it would look pretty sewn on. And then also using like... I don't know if this is going to work or not, but we'll see. I don't know. Do we want to put ribbon on there? That might look good, huh? Okay, let's see. Do I have any I like better? Oops, wait. Because I have different ones here. Solid. You know what I think I might do? I was thinking maybe I could take... Oh, I just realized what I think I do want to do, but I have to grab the right color. Me and my trim I love so much. Darker color, or do I want the lighter? I think I want the lighter, and I'm going to open that one. This is what I'm going to put down the middle, and then I'm going to do some sewing. So we're going to use art glitter glue. That works better for this, for me at least. I don't know about everybody else, but because it dries relatively clear underneath the material. Okay, this one's really stuck. I just cleaned these out the other day too. It's kind of funny. That one's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna bring this down the center. Can you guys see? I'm trying to hurry here. I'm gonna take this down the center and I'm gonna squeeze it and really get it crinkled again as much as possible. Okay. I love the more off it is and bumpy and lumpy, and I love that look. And like I said, I want to be able to just take part of this off and use it on whatever I decide to use it on, edgings or tags or journal cards. I just love the crinkle, the crinkle seam binding. I really, really do. I get very excited about it on stuff, and my eyes are drawn to it. What do you have that your eyes are drawn to, that you end up using it a lot because you just love how it lays on your piece or whatever? That's how I am about this stuff. I just adore it because it just looks like somebody threw it on there, and it, you know, it's not perfect. And it's so easy to apply. And if you want to, you know, if you want to make it bent and messy, you can. If your fingers aren't gluey like mine. Everything's sticking to me right now. I really should get a wipe and just clean my fingertips off. Let me do that. That'll help. I've got so much glue from doing the snippet strip, and this is such a short strip too. But I wanted to be able to get to this point with you guys on the video, at least. I may pause it and go ahead and sew it so you can see what it turns out like. Because that's the whole point. You don't want me to do stuff and then not finish it and not show it to you, right? I will always try, though, if I end up doing that, not being able to finish something on camera and do finish it later, I will always try to come and bring it back and let you guys see what it ended up looking like. Because that would drive me nuts. If I were when I'm the viewer and a person doesn't show me what they ended up with. It's like, why did you even bother taking us on this journey? Okay, so now we have that little strip. of the crinkled seam binding down the center. I'm going to just trim this ratty part off here. Oopsie, did I bump the camera? I apologize if I did. And then I wanted to see if maybe putting this on top, kind of running it through. I don't even know if I will or not. Nah, I'm not going to do that. Okay, I'm going to pause for just a second. Hey guys, okay, I'm back. So I sewed, and it was kind of funny. I had a fiasco, of course. Over here, my bobbin ran out of thread. So I had to come back in and try and hit the same holes, which I did not succeed in all aspects. Some spots I did, but yeah. Anyway, aside from that, and dumping my major word collection that's all fussy cut out onto the floor, I made this. So anyway, so we have the zigzag stitch up each side, as you can see. And I was thinking, you know, as I was looking at it, you could do this center part, you could do it with those little leaf vine trims, you could do it with ribbon, you could do it with bling, you could glue some you know, fun flowers, butterflies to this. I mean, this totally can be done in so many ways. Snippet rolls are a complete expression of the person who's making them. So whatever you want to use, whatever you want to do, this just gives you an idea. Build your collage on top of a strip of paper, strip of cloth, however you want to do it. You could do the bottom base as cloth and then do paper on top, or cloth and paper, or paper or just cloth, or, you know, I want you guys to just know that if you're new to this, just use your imagination. You know, this is just an idea. This is just one thing I'm making today. I might make a totally different one tomorrow, you know. So anyway, that's what I ended up with. I thought I'd let you guys see, and I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Love you. Bye.